Hello and welcome to my first ever, ever instructional video of how I more or less do a drawing. I use mainly Manga Studio because to me at least, it's more easier to use. It's specifically made for drawing, unlike Photoshop, although Photoshop is usable. And I find Photoshop even in some ways better in terms of coloring. But in terms of doing everything, I do it directly in Manga Studio. So that's a difference that you guys are not willing to suffer. Then I'm sorry. But I'm just gonna show you some basic things that I normally do. I'm just gonna skip out the specifics of how to do or what size, weight, and whatnot, because I'm just gonna do a sketch. So this is not a comic book page. I am not a professional comic book artist. I just like to draw a lot. If you like my drawings, I can give you right now. I can give you right now. Sorry, a little impromptu way of how I draw. How do I make my drawings? So this is how I show it to you. I selected a new canvas. It's on a vertical canvas here. Like I already said, the size really doesn't matter at this point. And we have our canvas here, and they use the layer things just like Photoshop. So the difference between both is not that much in terms of layers. So I always do have creating two layers because I first want to do a sketch, and I normally use the pencil application, which you can see here highlighted, which I'm highlighting at this moment. Usually for penciling, I usually do a blue color, so that way when I trace over it with doing inking, which you'll see later, I can do so easily and won't get confused with the two different colors with the same color. If I use black for drawing the sketch, then I can get confused, so that's why I use a blue or red. In this case, this is blue. So we have our canvas here, or layer, the paper, and let's go right ahead. Using a tablet, Hyun tablet for this, so let's just get into it. Just getting closer to the image. See, zooming in, zooming out. Now let's just do a basic little thingy here. Yeah, that's what you can see that it's working. So let's just draw a face. Okay, any face. It's just for purposes of doing this quickly. So here it is. I've done some ears. And here you can do all the mistakes you want. As Alex Ross would say, there's no mistakes, there's just happy accidents. Thank God I got a haircut just recently. I might have looked like him. So, well, here since this is sketching, you can pretty much do any mistakes you want and just, do any doodles that you want, just so you can get the general face. So in this case, I'm doing this face, which is just a random face, nothing in particular. I'm not actually thinking about what I'm gonna do ahead. Just drawing here some basic stuff for the face, and I'm gonna do the hair. Just, giving some basic ideas of what I want out of this. And again, this is just a sample of how I draw. So I'm not trying to do something very professional here. It's just to give you an idea what I can do and how do I do it. If you were ever curious, I think I can just save this face for now as a basic stuff. So as I said, you just do another layer on top, and now here we select the pen. You usually use the G pen, which is very sensitive. So if you do something, I'm right now reducing the brush size. Yeah, 20, that's about that. I'm gonna get it a little 40 just so I can do the eyebrows. See? There you go. Starting to look like something. Usually I always like to start in the face. the what I love about this, I can just go hit back with stuff that I don't like. So okay, I'm adding more lines that I normally drew. That's something that I normally do. I didn't like how that mouth came out. So I'm just doing these, basically just covering or just inking on top, or as Smith had one of his characters say in one of his movies, "You're not a artist, you're just a tracer." No, nobody had the art to tell you. So I'm tracing my own drawing. So at least that counts for something, I guess. So there we go. Just filling in some basic shapes. So that way when the ink or the inking process is done, you will get the idea of just what the heck I'm doing. And it should look cool. The good thing about drawing on a computer is that you can just correct, go back pacing, whatever mistakes that you feel you've done, just correct them. If it was on paper, we would be royally screwed at this moment. Like I said, I'm not a professional artist or a comic book artist. I just have a long history of drawing. Now, to fill in the hair, I'm going to go black. So I'm just going to widen up the brush. So that way I have, with fewer strokes, I can just fill in the hair, the darkening of the hair, actually. So that's what I'm doing now. Just filling it up. And for this kind of thing, you're going to have some sort of control on your wrist and on your hand. So it takes practice. And maybe I'll do some more videos to teach you how to do this. But in the meantime, this is what it is. So there, we basically finished the face. Now, if we want to see the inked results, we just remove the little eyelid, and there you go. Not perfect. Let me see what I can do. Wait. No, me no likey. There we go. That's a little bit more to my liking. And you can just add the details that you want to add to it. Because, yeah, you did just the basic shape. You don't have to follow the sketch pattern by the book. The sketch pattern was just there to give you a basic idea of what you wanted to do. Now here you can have fun and add more details. See, like I'm going to do now. I can add more details, like if I want to add more little squiggly lines. I want to add this. If I want to add like a little shadow. There you go. Also, if I want to erase something out of it, here is the eraser. And guess what? I want to erase that. And I'm going to erase this too. Let's see if there's something else I would like to erase. Okay, I want to erase that one as well. That little squiggly line there doesn't look good. Yeah, there we go. Starting to look a lot better. We're actually doing some makeup on this dude. Again, I don't know who I'm drawing. I'm just sketching along. Now, I can draw like forehead lines if I want to make him look a little older. It's okay. If I want to make him look a little older, I can just add some more lines under the eyes. Make him look a little bit older. Or if I want to add a 5 o'clock shadow, again, you just have to reduce the size of the brush to add the little details that you want to the drawing. And what I like about doing it this way through a computer is that, it's basically your imagination, the only limit that you have. So I like drawing, and I admittedly am very lazy drawer. I like to finish quickly, as you can probably perceive by now. I'm actually was done with the drawing. I just want to add a little bit more details. And I don't know. I don't know what you can call my style, if you can even call it that. And let's just leave it like that, Have that 5 o'clock shadow for the goatee. Let's just say he's trying to grow a goatee. So there. Um, can add a little lines here also. And let's just add something here as well, just to make him look more, I don't know, scruffy looking. I don't know. There we go. Well, just adding more detail into this. And I think we're done.